Real simple set. And I've caught a lot of coyotes with it over the years. Fair share of red foxes too. So I use a grapple with this. I don't like grapples, but this is one type of set that I will use them with. And when you're in the North Woods, you're going to find all kinds of fireplaces around camping areas. Of course, you wait till the campers are all gone before you make these. It really doesn't matter how much you mess it up. The foxes and coyotes love to dig in these places anyway. It really don't matter. You can mess the living hell right out of it. It's like it was just made. It's all full of ice. Oh, if you're going to use drags, damn it, use good drags. Use drags like J.C. Connors makes, or a lot of heavy-duty ones. You want a good taper on your drags, so they hang up quick and fast. You don't want commercial drags that are chopped off on a 45 for the bouts with you. Have ones with a little weight on the end. This will actually stop a coyote or a brush wolf probably within 30 foot of the set, even in grass field. Don't use a wimpy drag. Use good drags. And if you're going to use commercial ones, like a lot of them, make sure they're tapered. That long taper, that's what makes it cut in. You don't want the light ones that bounce with you. Coyote takes off with a fox drag and 6 foot of chain. The drag only hits the ground about every 6 foot. Or every 15 foot if you really tool it. You don't want to do that. And don't use a drag except where you got brush worms to tangle up in. And the fox will usually head right for the brush. The closest brush to where the set is. They'll tangle up there. A coyote doesn't work that way. A coyote likes to stay to the open. If a coyote hangs up one time on a piece of brush, after that he'll avoid it. He'll go way out around it. He don't like to hang up. He'll hang up the first time. You've lost him. And they have a bad habit of like to run down the middle of a road with a grapple. So make sure you have a good grapple on him or you don't go too far. And a coyote sounds like a lot of hogwash, but I'll guarantee you a big brush wolf will pick a drag up in his mouth after he tangles one once or twice, and he'll travel with a drag in his mouth, sometimes for a quarter of a mile. Believe this, the whole wolf will tell you that. So take that drag, bury it right in there. This is one of my spring hole sets, which I already have drags already rigged on. About 6-7 foot of chain on that. It doesn't really matter where you set this trap. Set it anywhere within your circle. Place it all doing the circle. Just make sure it's bedded. That's all you gotta do. Feel safe with. I'm going to tell you one thing now. There's guys that like to sell sponge rubber pads to put under your trap pan. And I guess that's alright if you like to use them. It's kind of convenient. The trouble is, if you get freezing weather, they're going to get wet with you. They're going to freeze up. It's going to be like having an ice cube under your trap pan. You really don't need that. If you got too dry weather, it'll draw moisture. Sometimes you got a heavy dew. During the day, it'll have a nice wet spot. It almost tells the fox or coyote, step here. But if you like them things, well, alright, go ahead and use them. Most professional trappers don't bother with them. It's kind of a neat set. Especially where you got competition, you had a lot of campers around. Take this one right here. Stone goes right there like that. Right. That's our set. Now, probably shouldn't say this because I can't make no money off of it. Well, one of the best things you can use for this set, and probably the best, is just add your little bacon grease a little beaver oil, and some bacon grease, say about 4 ounces to a pint of bacon grease, and pour a little bit of it on your rock. Pour it on this one, pour it on an opposite rock over here. Now it's better if you got the rocks a little bit bigger. Just at those 2 points. When a fox or a coyote comes in to work this, it's wise if you do this before you get ready to set your traps. You can put it on there and you come in and you'll lick that damn rock clean. He'll go around it and around it and around it. He isn't watching where he's stepping. So you don't have to use any urine on your set. You go all the way around that sucker. You're going to catch him in it. And that's a great old time recipe for, it's one of the few lures that I know, bait, I guess you'd call it. It's really a bait, it isn't a lure. Bacon grease and beaver oil, but it's one of the few baits that'll make a coyote pull a getter gun. And there's quite a few old wolfers used to know that. And you can't beat it. You pour it in the rock. And actually the best thing you can use there instead of that rock is like a patio block, a cement patio block. Because it will absorb the grease. It'll run in there. And you don't want the grease to run over on the dirt now. Don't let the grease run on the dirt. Just what the stone itself will absorb. That's why you better use a cement block in the middle there, or a patio block, cement. That grease will saturate itself in there. And I'll guarantee you a red fox or a coyote stay there, or even a coon, they'll stay there until they wear their tongue off, just licking that rock, even though there's no grease left in it. It's just a little gimmick set. I'll guarantee I caught a lot of coyotes and a lot of foxes with it. That's all I got to say about that one. In the old days, the brush wolf, the timber was given a lot of credit for killing deer. That's why we had a bounty system on them for years and years and years. And I bountied many hundreds of coyotes during that time. The last 12 years, the system has the highest paid bounty trapper in the northeastern United States. And I used to have bounty papers to prove it. But at that time, they were given credit for killing a lot of deer and a lot of livestock that they really didn't deserve that tag on it. Of course, I'll never argue with the people for paying the bounties, but they were given credit for killing a lot more deer than they ever did. And most of the deer they were feeding on were already starvation deer anyways that died in the deer yards or for browse, where they get so many deer in the deer yard that they browse up so high they couldn't reach it anymore and they die of starvation. And those wolves are pretty well keep them cleaned up. So anybody came along, the average novice come along on a pair of snowshoes and they seen that and they figured, well, that wolf killed a deer, you know, which most of the time they were capable, and they did. But most of the time they were just cleaning up nature's mess up.